Now to President Biden, delivering a warning to Israel saying he'll stop some weapons shipments as Israel invades the city of Rafah. Our chief White House correspondent, Mary Bruce, has the latest for us. Good morning, Mary.
Good morning, Michael. Well, this is President Biden's most direct warning to Israel since the start of this war, and it could set up an historic clash with this critical ally. President Biden now threatening to halt the shipment of additional U.S. weapons to Israel, which he acknowledges have been used to kill innocent civilians. This morning, President Biden is calling out the Israeli government.
It's just wrong. We're not going to supply the weapons and the artillery shells used.
Making it clear in his sharpest criticism yet that the U.S. will not provide Israel with weapons to attack Rafah.
I've made it clear to Bibi and the War Cabinet they're not going to get our support if, in fact, they go in these population centers.
For weeks, Biden has warned Israeli Prime Minister Netanyahu not to invade Rafah, where over 1 million civilians are seeking refuge. And he's already taking action, halting a shipment of 3,500 U.S. bombs, fearing American weapons could be used against civilians. Something Biden now concedes has already happened.
Civilians have been killed in Gaza as a consequence of those bombs and other ways in which they go after population centers.
Biden's stark warning comes as he faces growing criticism at home over his steadfast support for Israel. Our latest poll finding voters now trust Donald Trump more to handle this war, as some Republicans now accuse Biden of undermining Israel.
This is obscene. It is absurd. Give Israel what they need to fight the war they can't afford to lose.
But Biden insisting U.S. support for Israel remains ironclad.
We're not walking away from Israel's security. We're walking away from Israel's ability to wage war in those areas.
Now, the president says the U.S. will still continue to provide for Israel's defense, like the Iron Dome missile system. But after months of urging Israel to do more to address the humanitarian crisis in Gaza, President Biden is adamant if Netanyahu invades Rafah, the U.S. will not supply offensive weapons to Israel.